Okay, here we go again.
Whoa there, Roach.
And now, at this point, I believe I just decided to sort of go for it, and, yeah, decide to sort of find this witch. So, yeah, we're on the trail of, Ciri, Geralt's adopted daughter. And Ciri was seen possibly in the presence of a witch in the area. So, now, in order to sort of track her, we're gonna, you know, try to track down this witch. What was Roach doing in the water? Get out of the water, Roach. What are you doing, buddy? But yeah, as I was saying, you know, I like to sort of roleplay as Geralt, because I find him kind of an interesting, almost anti-hero. There's a few different ways that the game allows you to play him as. But the way that I like to play him is kind of apolitical and kind of a little bit amoral, and mostly sort of out for his own interests. Tries to be a decent person, but ultimately sort of only in it for himself, and his own personal interests and motivations, rather than any sense of a greater good. I think partly because when I play RPGs, I tend to, first off, I think most RPGs tend to like to force you to either go the way of the purely altruistic, hero type, or the, completely asshole-ish anti-hero type. And Witcher has always sort of allowed you to take a different kind of track with it. In playing Geralt as, being sort of fundamentally decent to most people, but also fundamentally apolitical and maybe not quite as interested in the greater good.
Come on.
So that's how I like to sort of play him, is, he will try to help out, individual people who are in trouble and need his help as much as he can. But when push comes to shove, when it comes down to it, and he's asked to choose between his own self-interest and a greater good, he's not really interested in the greater good. As far as he's concerned, this world is the way it is. It's not his job to fix it at a fundamental level. He's just a small little piece in a very big puzzle, and he is in a lot of ways Destiny's plaything, and so, ultimately he's just... Basically, he's kind of out of fucks to give at this point. He does not give very many fucks anymore. I believe he's almost a century old at this point. He looks like he's maybe 40, but he's actually more like 80.
Wouldn't mind a look at your stock.
Show me your wares! Yeah, selling all those swords. See, they're worth a few crowns apiece.
Farewell.
Witchers have a long life. They're longer lived than most humans due to their mutations. Witcher mutations include heightened reflexes, so faster reflexes, heightened senses, so better smell, sight, hearing,
In Dangmoran, when I went to
and yeah, immunity to most diseases that would kill a normal person. Immunity to a lot of poisons and toxins that would often kill a normal person.
Come on now.
And yeah, a much longer life. They're also infertile. Gooses stopped laying. Hark and help, any who can. My gooses stopped laying, though she's not but a year old. The peller said to smear her rump with rapeseed oil to get her laying again, but when I tried that, she pecked my hand so hard I still wear the bruise to this day, so I'm asking if anyone knows another, safer method. Lester. I just take all of the notices. I probably don't have to, but I take them all. Man needed. God's almighty, I can't stand another minute of it. Every lass around has got a man save me. So if you're somewhat young and handy, able to plow a field and don't drink overly much, and most importantly of all, in need of a wife, then come see Helenda and we'll both find what we're looking for. You know, that's one way to find a husband. I don't see why not. New carving needed. Lightning struck the carving of the ladies once stood by the stream, burnt it to nothing. Someone's got to whittle a new one afore our good guardians grow angry. If you've got the talent, grab a chisel and get to work. The Alderman. Request from Honora. Listen here. My man Johners left me and our pack of nippers, took whatever valuables he could carry, and walked off, without a word about where to. If your path crosses his, spit in his face for me. Honora. Yeah, you know, good point. Contract. Missing soldiers. Let it be known that the Imperial Army is in need of a man who knows the area, a hunter or a scout, for example, to help us find a missing patrol. It is possible the soldiers fell prey to a monster. If this suspicion is confirmed, anyone delivering the beast's head will be paid a reward by the undersigned. Address any and all questions to the same individual. Glory to the Emperor. Milan Noran, commander of the division stationed in Oriton. Warning, no one breathe a word about what happened on Fyke Isle. Wag your tongue and you'll sorely regret it. Interesting.
You'll find out soon as you need their help.
That's it, Roach.
I asked her, how do I get my lush to use his head? Ow! So, she gives me an amulet, says it'll quench his thirst.
Got coin to spend?
I might.
Show me your wares.
Wouldn't mind a look at your
Yeah,
stock.
I still need to do an episode where I just play some Gwent. I enjoy doing those kinds of things, but on the other hand, I also, like, every time I go into the game, I'm like, I could play Gwent, or I could actually, like, do a bunch of quests and maybe progress the plot. And usually, questing and progressing the plot overrides my desire to play Gwent again. But one of these days, I will sit down and I will talk to everybody and ask everybody to play Gwent
in the
with
caverns
me.
nearabouts mid-cops.
Trebling.
And a heap of monsters roaming about it.
Maybe after I finish the plot, I'll just, like, go back to all the NPCs that I can and challenge them to Gwent. I will become the Gwent master after I've completed the game. So now we still gotta find this witch, or ask the residents of Midcops about her. So we're trying to find Midcops, I believe, because I want to ask the residents of Midcops about this witch. I'd figure you know, investigating a little bit and using our little detective skills is probably a good, you know, a good strategy for finding out information, questioning people before I just go running into things. Yep, my armor got damaged. Probably having a hard time. Yeah, I really only have armor repair kits or something at this point, so I need to repair my weapon. I hate having the little symbol on there that's like, you have new items in your inventory or whatever. That bugs the hell out of me. I like to get rid of it as much as I can.
Looks like rain.
Yeah, I would say it looks like rain. It is raining.
Hey, ya!
Yeah, time to go back to Orton and the blacksmith and repair. So that's what I got going on.
Diablo ass.
Where's Mum coming on?
Yeah?
Let me see what you're
Repair me,
offering.
please. Selling the shiz. A master item crossbow. Why didn't I just buy that silver sword? That was dumb of me. I should have just bought it, because that's a better sword than what I had. That was really dumb. I should have just done it. See, this is why I'm like, I shouldn't watch myself after the fact, because I'm just going to sit here and judge myself really badly, really harshly. Repairing is really expensive. Like, I just blew all my money to repair everything.
So long.
So, now I think we might actually be on our way to Mid-Cops soon. Once I loot everything in sight, because I also have to loot everything all the time.
Diabel ass.
Bugger the devil, apparently, is what that means. That's the translation given. Bugger the devil. Well, that's something. Alright. So yeah, on our way to Mid-Cops, finally.
Slower.
Might have another stop here really quick. I think I was just sort of, trying to see if there was like a marker or a map location or something on this, spot, but, there wasn't. Not yet, anyway, so... Which is not to say that, it's not, of course, by not yet, I mean, of course, that there will be something later, it's just not there yet. So yeah, I'll be back on my way very soon here, as I realize that there's nothing here to be had, at least not yet. But my instincts were good. I was expecting something to be there, and
That's it,
eventually there
Roach.
was, just not at that point.
I saw you in the zoo.
hanging corpses from the branches. It adds such a, refined ambience to the area. And another notice board.
Shrinks or grow. Cloud must have burst.
Old Millie's gone mad. Old Millie's lost whatever wits he had left, running around the yard in nothing but his nighties, yelling horrible ludities and smearing mud pies on anyone who walks close to the fence. Best avoid his place, especially if you've a freshly laundered dress on. Good to know. Quiet after dark. Take heed not to wander about after dark, nor make any unnecessary racket. Keep your windows covered if you burn a candle, and don't throw any damp branches likely to smoke onto the fire. We've enough trouble in the village without attracting more. Alderman. Repent. The ladies of the wood are unhappy, so the trees whisper. The offerings we make are not enough. We pray too seldom, and too often we take their name in vain. Mend your ways, good folk. Show contrition and fervor in your faith, for if the ladies too abandon us, we'll all perish in this forsaken bog. Pantry's been robbed. To the thief who's nipping goods out of my pantry soon as I put them there. That sausage you took last week, I prepared it especially for you, from the bloated carcass of a mare I found in the muck, rotten eggs, and a handful of larvae. I then spat in it for seasoning and added some other highly personal ingredients. I hope you ate your fill, you scurvy rogue. Swinlip. Well, that's one way to get rid of a thief. Contract. Jenny of the Woods. Hark. Some devilry's taken hold of our fields, something neither spirit nor phantom. Old Will swears on his mother's grave it's like to be Jenny of the Woods. Whether it is or it ain't, be careful and don't go out in the fields alone, and most certainly not without scythe or rake in hand. But if you've the courage to drive the foul thing off, you'll receive a handsome reward. Bulko, Elderman of Midcopse. Keep away from the Nilfgaardians. I'll shear the hair off any trollop who fraternizes with the Nilfgaardians, so her baldness will proclaim her shame to all. And I'll carve the face of any peddler who deals with the Black Ones or provides them a service. A patriot. That's some patriot. Yeah, sure. Gotta love an asshole like that.
Ow! Ow!
Like, people don't have to, live and do their business, with... You can't be picky when you're poor and you're living hand to
An
mouth.
amulet, a bazaar, some tortoise shells.
What else you have on offer?
Gwent?
Corpse teeth and kidney stones. Tried remedies for trying times.
Gwent cards. Poor fucking infantry. Grinfid Reaver's Dragon Hunter. That's a good one. Yeah, I grab all the Gwent cards. Mortisan, Nilfgaardian. Saddlebag? Did I buy a saddlebag? No, I didn't have the money for it. Or the horse blinders.
So long.
Shrinks or grow. Ah, enough for a soup.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Enough is enough.
Midges were biting on account of this downpour. Huh?
You ain't safe less you got a Gabrielle. The auto-crank one-handed Gabrielle ensures you get the first shot and the last word.
Really?
So long.
He sure tried, though, man. He sure tried.
Looking for the local witch.
Look for her then. I know nothing.
Anyone want to go and jump in puddles?
We're simple folk. We seek no
I've my
quarrel.
Anyone want to go and jump in
Well,
puddles?
she can't bake bread from stone either.
Oh, come on, this new one's not half bad. Sharp tongue on her, but she helps when there's a need.
She can't fill our guts with spells. Besides, she got no
Midges were
warts.
biting on
She's not
account of this
cross-eyed.
downpour.
And what's a witch with no grey on her head? Not much likely to be inside it.
For one who never sees her, you seem to know a heap about her.
I know what they say. Don't care much myself, but when folk talk, I listen. Should send them back to the witch. Might cure him of laziness.
Greetings, ma'am.
Good day to you, sir. Need something?
Well, that
Got
what
a
you're
matter for
talking
your
about.
village witch. Know where I can find her?
I don't bother with her myself. But ask my man. He'll know. Twerked his back so bad last week he could hardly move. So I sent him to the witch. Came back sprightly as a foal.
Where is he?
In the yard, no doubt. Pain's gone, but sleuth's set in now. Should be hunting foxberries to feed our young uns. Marion's lad. Now that man, he knows how to provide for his family. Caught some water rats last. They had food for days.
Anyone want to go and jump in puddles?
Good day. Heard you know where to find the local witch.
Who told you that?
Your wife.
Daft wench. Leave me be and don't listen to that nattering sow. We've not had a witch, shaman, nor cunning wench in ages.
You sure about
You
that?
sure? Give it a think.
Won't take no for an answer, will ye? Ooh, all right. Know the small pond near the village? Path leads off from it. Follow that till you come across a lone rock. Walk around that, then to the woods. Find the old cart. You're there.
Thanks.
It's just... don't harm her, sir. Word of your kind's reached these parts.
My kind, meaning?
Well, the witch-burning kind.
Witch hunters have been here already?
Hunters.
Nay, but we've heard tell of 'em. So, when I spied you coming, swords and all, straight away I thought tales must be true.
I'm a witcher, not a witch hunter.
What? Not one and the same?
No.
No.
No need to worry. I'm not out to hurt your witch.
Ooh, a weight off me heart, sir. She only arrived a short while ago, but she's frightfully wise. Even pleasant on the eyes, if you like 'em skinny.
Thanks for your help. Farewell.
Time to find the witch.
Supposed to be a large stone near the pond. There's the boulder.
There's our
Now
rock.
right, and onto the cart. Come on. The cart. Witch's hut is somewhere nearby.
Poor
There we
girls
go.
are hurting, don't give milk, and we've another young un on. Miss, cows are wheezing, won't rise from the barn floor. Pus streams from her snout.
Do I look like a dairymaid to you?
No, miss, but you know things. 'Tis our last cow. None other left in the village.
Rest died of hunger, or soldiers let him off. Oh, we're as good as dead without her.
I shall give you herbs. Mix them with water drawn from the spring at midnight, then make the cow drink them. But first, you must clean out your barn thoroughly. Is that clear?
Thank you, miss. 1,000 thanks.
Enough. I've had my fill for the day. Go home.
She's in a foul mood. We'd best come back on the morrow.
Watch what you say. She's quick to ire, apt to take revenge.
Bitch is in a proper fury. Needs a man.
Yeah, sure, buddy. Whatever you say. Eh?
Anyone home? Now, where's she run off to?
There's an interesting thought.
Managed to amass quite a book collection.
Ah, yes, poking around in other people's things.
A pentagram in chalk.
That's what we do. Letter to Alexander. Come on, self, you can figure it out. There we go. Darling, I'm writing because you must be worried that I'm still angry. Silly man, you know full well I never hold a grudge long. I forgive you. It's all because of that secretiveness of yours. Is it so strange for me to take an interest in your plague research? I adore watching you at work in your tower. Please, if you still refuse to discuss the results of your experiments with me, at least don't deny me that small pleasure. If Visera doesn't need you tomorrow evening, come see me. We'll clear everything up over a glass of wine, or two, or more. Your Kay.
Normal candle. Ordinary ointment. Nothing special.
Recipe for black eyeliner. Black eyeliner in a pinch. When deprived of professional products, one can mix up black eyeliner from crushed medicinal charcoal, mixed with fresh egg yolk and a drop of lavender oil to keep contaminants at bay. Store the eyeliner in a cool place for at most 3 days, then make a new batch, because the old one has surely rotted. Ingest the remaining medicinal charcoal, for it can only do you good. Interesting. Albedo. Hanged Man's Venom.
Don't often see baubles like this in Velen. Powerful aura. Must be some artifact or... So this is where she disappeared to.
Aha! A portal.
Well, well. Nice.
I was wondering how long it would take you, Geralt. I'm upstairs. Don't be shy. Greetings, Witcher.
Look away, kids.
Missed a spot.
Where? Hope you didn't come to Gork.
No. To talk.
Turn around and wait.
Perv.
Keira Metz, deep in the heart of Velen. Thought you hated the countryside.
I can assure you I do. Now more than ever.
Heard a witch lived out here. Never would have guessed it was King Foltest's former advisor.
I'm so pleased the world's still able to astound you, Geralt. I actually envy you that sense of wonder. Common in children, knights errant, and morons.
So which one does she think I
Someone's
am?
grown irritable. Is that any way to greet an old friend?
I believe I greeted you with a pleasant view. Now tell me what brings you here.
What are you doing in Velen?
So, bet you saw this question coming. What are you doing here?
Let me think. Enjoying the country air? Admiring the unspoilt scenery? Or is it furthering the age-old alliance between the city and its breadbasket? No. I'm in hiding, Geralt. Blind to the state of the world? Don't you see what's happening?
Mean the persecution mages now face?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Radovid's new pastime. Pursuing anyone with a whiff of magic about them. Witch hunters. Sound familiar? Murderers scouring the north from end to end. Burning books, hanging soothsayers, torturing herbalists.
Picked a strange place to hide.
I didn't pick anything. In the north, Radovid's men hunt sorceresses like fish in a barrel. Nilfgaard controls the south. Where was I to flee?
Emperor does keep mages on a short leash, but he lets them live and ply their trade.
Radovid and Emma differ in every respect except one. They share a deep hatred of the Lodge of Sorceresses. And I was a member.
So how's it feel to be the village witch?
Horrid.
No joy in having the boundless respect and trust of the local peasantry?
They'd respect anyone who could produce hemorrhoid cream.
Been here a while, haven't you?
Long enough for rot to set in. You cannot possibly imagine how much I detest this place.
Alright,
Changing
well,
the
let's
subject.
change the subject.
Any news of your sisters from the lodge?
None. We can't know too much about one another these days. It's safer that way.
Even tried to contact one another?
I've wanted to many times. But I've no way of knowing who would answer, or who might be listening.
I'm looking for a certain young woman.
Oh, really? Who?
Don't quite trust her yet, I don't think.
Apparently she quarreled with the local witch.
Someone's been feeding you horse shit. The girls around here are too stupid to quarrel with me.
She's not from here.
You're up to something, Geralt. If I'm to help you, you must tell me what's going on. Who are you looking for?
Ciri.
Ciri? Well, now I understand the secrecy, not to mention the brooding, the furled brow. And you say she had some sort of problem with a witch?
So you haven't seen her?
I'm certain I haven't. But recently someone asked me about an ashen-haired woman. He claimed she would stand out from the peasant crowd.
He say anything else about her?
Not so fast, Geralt. No humble plea, no offering for the witch.
A few dozen eggs?
What's your rate these days? A couple dozen eggs? 3 hens, maybe?
My rate rises with every word you speak. I'm not sure you can afford the information anymore.
You're pricklier than I remembered. Isn't living in nature's lap supposed to be cleansing, calming?
Nature stinks. Oh, sod it, don't give me that look. I know it's Ciri we're talking about. It was an elf, this individual who asked about Cirilla. No flea-bitten Scoia'tael slob either, but an elven mage.
An elf in Velen? Surely you
What
jest.
was an elven mage doing in Velen?
Well, I tried to ask him, of course, about everything.
Of course.
Oh, but you know how elves are. He asked many more questions than he answered.
He say what his name was?
He didn't. And he wore a mask. Very secretive all around, but I liked him. He was intelligent and composed.
He say what he wanted with Ciri?
Only that they were to meet in Velen. He wished to know if she'd arrived before he did.
He leave any message for her?
No, but he asked that were I to meet her, I should lead her to him.
So you know where to find him?
Yes, he said he'd found a hideout in some elven ruins near the village of Midcopse. I'll go there with you.
Why? Think I'll have trouble finding this place?
I've unfinished business with this elf. He promised me something, but he never delivered it. Besides, I know you think as I do, that she might be there. And I'd like to see Cirilla too.
Let's go then.
Yes, let's.
And we'll call that a pause. Yeah. That's a good place to stop it for now. The next part is going to be kind of long, so we'll pause it there and pick it up in a little bit for the next part.
Been here before?
No. I was hoping the elf would return as he'd promised, or else his waif would appear. At any rate, I've no idea what to expect from this place.
Well, let's find out.